The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. Hello, this is day 35, I think, talking to a camera every single day about a topic for 5 minutes for the 100 days to get good at talking. And today's topic, as you probably worked out, is regret. Regret is something everyone deals with to some extent. Now, one of my favourite quotes of all time is, would you rather the pain of regret or the pain of action? So, for example, if you went on a run today and it was a really tiring run, you would have the pain of action, which is that you'd be really tired, your muscles will be sore afterwards. But then the pain of regret is you get to the end of your training block and you're like, well, if I did that one more session, maybe I would have been that little bit faster. Maybe I would have been that couple seconds faster. I would have just been able to get that sort of time I wanted in that race. That is the pain of regret. I had this myself. On Tuesday, I procrastinated going on a run because I've got a race soon. I procrastinated going on a run because I didn't know what kind of run, and I was like, oh, it's going to be tiring, and I had all these excuses, and now I'm thinking back at it, I just wish I did the run. I just wish I went out and did it, and if I did, I would have sucked at the moment, but I would have been able to look back and been like, yeah, at least I went out, I did something, I got it done, and now I'm back, and I'm that little bit closer to my goals. And if I thought of it like that, then I would have made so much more progress. But it is what it is. We'll see. So, that's what I mean by regret. Regret is something you wish you did in the past. Regret is a feeling of sort of, I would say it's disappointment with your past self is the definition I would give it. Is that you know you could have done more, you could have gone further, you could have pushed yourself harder, but you just didn't. And because you didn't, you now have to suffer with regret. Regret can also be you regret the friends you didn't make, you regret the people you didn't meet, the love you didn't have, the happiness you denied yourself, all of these things. One of the sort of major motivational propellants people use is saying, when you're 85 and on your deathbed, will you look back on your life feeling regret? Or will you look back on your life thinking, I've done this well? You know, do you think, yeah, I gave it my best shot? Or do you look back and think, that was terrible. I had all of these opportunities. I could have gone out with that person. I could have taken that opportunity. I could have moved over there. I could have lived with these people. I could have taken that job, but it was too big of a risk at the time and I didn't want to make the jump. And there was all of these things. And you just think back and you just think, I could have done so much more. I could have been a better person. I could have been a happier person if I had just done more. If I had just started earlier. If only I had done this. If only I had done that. And that's regret, the pain of regret. Because the thing is, the pain of regret is something you cannot do something about. The pain of action, you can do things about. If you get injured, you can take medicine. If you feel sore, you can get a good night of sleep and that'll make it feel better. If you feel, bored with your work, you can add some variety to make it harder instead of just doing the same thing over and over. But if you have the pain of regret, there's nothing you can do. You can't go back and do it again. There's no undo button in life. You can't go back and redo things because you've done them the way you've done them. The pain of regret is the only pain you can never heal. The pain of loss, you can always find new people. You can expand your life and it will fade over time. But the pain of regret, that stays with you because you can't get rid of regret. Obviously, it will fade over time as you get used to the life you've moved into. But if you regret something, you're always going to regret something. Anyway, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.